Hello and thanks for joining us. For the sheriff's race in Lawrence County, challenger Tyler Jackson is claiming the safety of jailers isn't being taken seriously by the sheriff. On October 16th, Jackson made a Facebook post asking why a jailer showed their phone to an inmate earlier this summer. The next day, Sheriff Larry Dean made a Facebook post saying Jackson's post was full of accusations. Solene Arif spoke to both men about what happened.
Challenger Tyler Jackson says he spoke with a jailer who said a jail inmate threatened his life in August. He and Sheriff Larry Dean say the jailer has since resigned.
He verbally told me, and I asked what was done. He said nothing.
On October 16, Jackson made a Facebook post saying that a jailer showed an inmate his phone. He says the phone had text messages saying that another guard had intercepted a drug drop. Jackson says as a result, the inmate threatened the second guard.
He brought it to the attention of his command staff, and it's pretty much swept down the rug.
Jackson's post asks whether Dean values his officers' safety and says as sheriff, he would hold everyone accountable. Dean says his staff investigated and the jailer with the phone got a verbal reprimand. But Dean says the guard showed the inmate a football score and not a text message, and that the second guard's life was never threatened.
I don't think the jailer broke the law by just passing it bone. He got reprimanded for showing the phone to score to the ball game.
Jackson says he believes the jailer who was threatened, not Dean, and he says it's an example of the sheriff not taking employee safety seriously. Back in June, the sheriff's office arrested Dublin attorney Courtney Morgan for letting her client at the jail use her phone.
If an attorney can get locked up for allowing an inmate to use the phone, why can't an officer get locked up for showing the same thing, even though he didn't physically give it to him?
That case is still pending. She's been indicted by a grand jury. Superior Court judge wrote the warrant. She broke the law straight out.
Whenever you do conduct an investigation, and if it's to the point where officer life is being threatened, you need to conduct a polygraph test.
A polygraph can't be admissible in court. So I don't think the issue was significant enough to be polygraphed about.
Dean says he takes safety seriously, but dealing with inmates and the claims they make is just part of the jailer's job.
You would be overwhelmed if we investigated everything this insignificant. I mean, I'm not saying the issue is not significant, his threatening life, but his life was not threatened.
Reporting in Dublin, Solene Arif, 13W MAZ News.
To read the full statement Sheriff Larry Dean shared with us, head to 13W MAZ Mobile Plus app. State leaders are trying to crack down on contraband phones, saying it poses a safety concern to jailers and correctional officers. Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr said more than 8,000 cell phones were confiscated last year, and 5,400 have been confiscated so far in 2024. In June, Carr sent a letter to the FCC asking them to reconsider its policy on jamming devices within prisons and jails. Currently, policy prohibits state and local governments from blocking the device's signal.